Atlanta.
Real shy.
Impersonations.
Yeah. Keep that fire on me, shy.
No, but you know what? I'm glad we started off that way because to keep it real, today is a crazy day.
Man, talk about it.
And that's how all of us were really making sure that we were trying to keep people informed. You know, for you as a radio personality, amongst other things, part of that is putting people on your platform because you want to make sure people are in the know and educated. And today, as we're recording this, is the day after the election.
Right.
And it did not go the way that I think any of us wanted it to. Well, I don't know.
You know, it's interesting. I mean, I don't have no shame in who I voted for. I voted for Kamala.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it 100.
Me too.
And I also see how, it worked out for her and against her. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So what are your thoughts now on the day after?
Okay, so boom. We could look at it in hindsight now, right? You look at it and it's like, let's talk about Trump first, right? He comes out very brash, can be rude. Some people say racist, fascist, bigot. There's so many names and categories they put him
Dishonest.
in. Dishonest. You say
convicted felon.
All these, exactly.
Waiting to get sentenced.
All the titles, right?
Waiting to get sentenced.
He is.
But what I seen him do, while people were caught up in that, he still resonated with his core and Christians too. You got more Christians who are against abortion.
A black woman.
Abortion.
Somebody called in today and said that's what made her.
They was against abortion, right?
LGBTQIA
rights. You start talking equality in marriage, men and women. Certain things that people have gotten away from because of quote unquote evolution and progression. It's kind of like, we used to do that. We don't really do that. It's like right now. When was the last time you prayed when you was at the table?
It's been a long time.
But you probably with your family as a kid, you probably had to pray. Indeed. And you did that. And you probably did that for so long until you got around people who may not have had that same structure or background, and you find yourself like, I pray in my head. I don't really do everything. I don't want to offend nobody or make nobody uncomfortable. And I feel like that's what's happened with our country. Certain things, as we evolve, we take our attention off of certain priorities. And when that happens, you start feeling like, well, this is the way of the new world now. It's just, we free now. And you got some people like, nah, that's why we are probably in a deficit in certain areas. So I feel like he was one of those people who was able to wake those people up and be like, hey, I do want to go back to the way it was in a lot of ways. And I think so. It's kind of like he straddled the fence. He beat her, I think, by way of morality with those things we're talking about. You you had people talking about transgenders being able to play and
sports, right? Women's sports. I think that it was a lot of misinformation out there too, because a lot of things
started off on what they spewed on her.
Is that people think, Trump gave us checks because he made you think that, or the economy was better under him. Well, that's the economy that he inherited, and it always goes like that. And then he inherits the economy of what came before
propaganda
him.
too.
Propaganda.
But that's the name of the game. And who raises the most money is able to control the propaganda. They should have did a better job, in my eyes, at shutting a lot of that down.
It was tough too. Twitter, with Elon Musk owning that.
Come on, man.
When I tell you, every time I went on there, I was like, why am I getting all this information, things about Trump that's positive and negative things about Kamala? Because he was feeding that algorithm.
Always a tactic,
to us.
I mean, think about this. I'm gonna tell you something really interesting. How about this? So I get a call to perform at a rally for Kamala. Right? Went to the DNC. I did all these different things. Yeah, I want you to perform. I'm like, hell yeah. Then they're like, I'm sorry, that's been shut down, sir. Why that been shut down? The record that you were going to perform, it quotes, "Boys in the Hood call me Black Donald Trump."
Oh.
They did say,
damn. Because I said that in the record. And why did I say that in the record?
It
was a different time. And it was propaganda for me then.
Right. But the thing about it is, listen, it was a time when Trump was in, we could pull up 10, 20 different rap songs from, late 80s, early 90s, through the early 2000s.
We looked at him as a businessman.
Right, when Trump was like resonating with the culture. He was in videos.
You're fired.
Bro.
Yeah, like.
It was rap groups called Trump Type.
Yeah, like.
I'm going to tell you something funny. You know the artist Callie?
Of course.
Young lady? So quietly, a lot of people don't know. She's in the deal with me. And the business partner I'm in the deal with, right? You probably saw that they're being sued, right? Well, You know the name she want. You know the name she named the company that Cali signed to.
What?
Our production company.
What?
Trump card.
Oh.
I didn't name it. She
Right.
wanted it. I said, you know what, do your thing.
That's a crazy story that you guys They went through that song and was like, hold up.
Hold on.
Hold
you
up.
shouted out.
Yeah.
That's a wild
And
thing.
you have forgot about that.
No, I ain't forgot about it because here's the
about it,
truth.
yeah.
You was
Here's
gonna
the
bleep that
truth.
part out.
Now when I perform the song for some time now, I just don't say that part.
Right.
I'm like, boys in the hood call me.
Yeah.
And I kind of look around. I kind of be looking around to see who gonna sing that part, like knowingly, like knowing that when I said this, because you don't know, you just know there was a song from 20 years ago.
And you know what's crazy? During Fox, while they were covering the election, somebody is going down as their ringtone. I don't know if you saw that. So while they're going over like what's happening in Wisconsin, it was like dun, 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 dun.
You know what's one thing about me, man? I always get them little like, where did that come from moments. You know what I'm saying? I always get the where did that, how did that happen moments.
Right.
It's just like
the last thing we thought we was gonna hear while these white people on Fox News.
Bro, it's just like I'm in Vegas. The Lovers and Friends concert. I see 50. I'm like, bro, how y'all put me in your show from another show? Did you see that scene?
Nah, I ain't see it.
When Method Man, Mary J, she and looking at me, I was on the Judge show. Judge Face.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And I'm sitting looking at
showed that.
Bro, I'm sitting there watching this show. I'm like,
hold on.
oh hell no! What? Rewind that, you know. But I always get them little moments like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know, in general, I feel like you have definitely evolved in so many ways in your career from when you came into the game to see where you are now.
Man.
And I think people don't even understand like the different bags.
I'm a big kid, man.
Yeah.
And what that means is I'm a kid at heart. Meaning, like, you know how you had the kid who had so much energy and he wanted to have something to do. Mm-hmm. You had some kids that want to stay in the house. I was a kid. I'm outside. Let's go. What we doing? Mm-hmm. I ain't have issues in other neighborhoods. So I had homies over there, homies right here, homies over there. And so I always found myself being a team player.
Right.
And a lot of times, in order to be a good team player, you have to know how to serve and be served. You know what I'm saying? It's a hand.
Some people's ego aren't big enough to allow them.
A leader had to sometimes at one point be a great follower.
No, exactly. I mean, because you got to learn.
Right.
You got to learn. So in order to learn, you're going to have to follow something. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I think, like, Angela, I'm going to keep it 100, man. Like, you know, I was that passionate kid. I'm like, I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna be something. Mm-hmm. And you know, people look at us like, okay, but I wasn't arrogant, so it made them support me even more. Like,
right,
oh, man,
he cool. He
man,
chill.
I like this man.
Yeah.
Come here, let me introduce you to these people, even though they never see you again. It's like this young man say he gonna be something. I was that person, and so when I found success in one thing, which was music. Mm-hmm. You know, that, of course, we know how that opens up doors. And that's the next thing you know, I was like, man, I got to do something that makes me happy. I started putting other artists out, you know what I'm saying? Then after that, I was like, you know what, that's cool, but it's still, because of the music industry, you know, it's people that made you heard them out here playing with your money, you know what I'm saying?
I know. You were on Bad Boy South, right?
You
kind of launched Bad Boy South.
Yeah. No, well, I would say Boys in the Hood more so did that. You know, but that game, by way of Bad Boy South and Boys in the Hood movement, that gave us Jeezy. Mm-hmm. But you know, he went over to Def Jam.
And it turned into a thing because everybody thought you were going to be so deaf, and then here you come.
Hey man, you know. And me and you know what's so crazy? Me and JD have seen each other more than we've ever seen in 20 years in the last 2 months of our lives. I swear. Every day I'm seeing JD. We somewhere together. We just did a new Tyler Perry movie together. I'm seeing him looking at JD. And I could it's the moment when I'm looking like, I told you I'm going to stick around. I'm going to be around. And it's funny because I always wanted to work with JD. Mm-hmm. Like for real. Like I always wanted to work with JD. But, you know, he had my little sister, Miss B. Mm-hmm. And you know, she had the song Bottle Action. Right. You know, that's when they tried to sue her when Brett caught the little case for hitting the girl with the bottle. They tried to say that song influenced Brett to do it.
Oh, wow.
You
Come on, that's crazy now.
It's crazy, but we was sitting in that courtroom. Oh, yeah, Free had to spend money on lawyers. But anyway, long story short, it's just I wanted to rock with JD, but it was other things involved. You know, I don't got to call names or whatnot. And I ended up saying, well, you know what? JD right at home. I've seen JD putting people on longer than I had saw Puff. I saw Chris Cross. You know what I'm saying? These boys right here in my hood. They was right here. I'm looking at Chris and and Chris, and then my other partner, Chris Terry, he became part of the group too. It became C Connection Mobsters. And see, you probably don't even
nope.
It was the second album they came with. He was the third Chris, and this was like the original T.I.
I didn't even know that. Did you know that?
You know how like you come from certain parts and certain cats just got that certain demeanor, and it's all the way they embody in your city.
Right.
They like it's like if you run into somebody, he's like, yo, he's so New York.
Right.
You know, we see Till, hey, what's happening, y'all? The T.I. King of the South. You know what I'm saying?
Very Atlanta.
Hat to the side. You know what I'm saying? When you see him, you see Atlanta, right? Chris Terry was very much that. So that, yeah. And I'm talking about on all levels. So it wasn't. He didn't have to be polished. He didn't need the money. It was a dope boy. You know what I'm saying? But he was tragically killed in a botched robbery, a shootout. Him and his brother, my partner Tony Terry.
So he was on the second album of Chris Cross.
C Connection Mobsters, yeah. And that boy right there from my hood. You know what I'm saying? So I was around them. So I was seeing them. I'm seeing JD.
Right.
That's how I saw Biggie. Like, that's Big Papa. Because my partner was with them and them was with them. Right, you feel me? So it was just like, moments was like, dang, like, and I saw JD, but I knew that there were people in the breezeway that just didn't make it possible. So that's how I ended up with Bad Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, Puff, you know how to put on. I'm gonna ride with Puff, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
What made you pivot to reality TV?
Because I remember one day, crazy. I remember one day cashing like 4 big checks at one time. Not even cashing them because 2 of them was ACHs,
The wires. Okay.
Some big.
I never. You like when that wire hits.
Yeah.
I done seen some money, right? But it got to a point where I seen some money as an entertainer, as a rapper. Sometimes some of us get blessed, and you see her like, and you got to sit back almost. You're like, yo, I ain't never had this much. I ain't even 100%. Think. Like I dreamed about, but you sitting there, I'm looking at this money, and I'm like, damn, this is it, right? But then I also realized I was like, man, this money good, but I ain't really just happy with the business that I'm in. I want to do more. And I was just trying to figure it out, man, and the opportunity came. Carly was kind of like,
looking at that.
I was kind of talking, but it just kind of happened.
Right.
So like, she asked you, or did you suggest it?
No, hell no, I ain't suggest it. I didn't want because you got to think at that time, man. You got to think. Listen, I'm keeping it 100. At that time, I'm in a 12,000 square foot house, 7-car garage, 20-seater theater, big bag. I don't want to think about no damn love and hip. I want to think about no reality TV because at that time, reality TV was deemed as a graveyard for entertainers. Just like, hey, you want to get your last spooky dance in, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I went with that, you know what I mean? And now I would have did, it's crazy, I would have did Real Housewives of Atlanta because they interviewed me and my ex-wife, Alex. Came to the house, it was like, you guys got a house for this. Y'all got an elevator in here? But like, this your bedroom? And then when they interviewed us, they're like, y'all don't have no drama.
Oh,
y'all just too perfect. Like, y'all don't have no drama. And I will say that about my first marriage. We really didn't have
but you
no
solved
drama.
that problem now.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. So when that opportunity came along, I was like, you know what? And the reason I started telling about some of the things that I had attained, because I would be sitting there like, yo, I got all this money, I got these cribs, I got properties, not a property or a house, I got properties, big boy, $1 million studio, $1 million condo, multi-million-dollar house. I'm out here like 12, 15 cars at one time. I'm putting my cars in the business. Before that was Turo. Before that was
Turo.
Yeah, before that was Turo.
Yeah,
I had import rentals, man, my wife. And I had every Floyd Mayweather, you name it. The biggest names of whoever coming down to Atlanta rent my cars, all the ball players. So I had cars that had nothing to drive because they was rented out. And so here I am living in my true manifestation, and somebody like, you miss your calling, dog. What? Man, you missed your calling. I was like, what you talking about? You should be on TV.
Oh, shit.
Y'all know anime. Come on, man. You know animated. I'm going to have a good time where I'm at. If we locked up right now, as long as it ain't no bad charges and we in intake, I'm joking about something. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I'm gonna make the best out of life. So people always say, man,
you should have been on TV.
Yeah, they also. I mean, I never forget this. Dude was delivering my Ferrari to my crib, and he was like, "Oh man, I ain't know I was bringing this to Young Jock house, man. This your car?" He's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "You know, this was Mike Vick car." I was like, "Damn, y'all kind of had heard that." You know, I'm like, I didn't want to have that conversation. I was just like, "Yeah, for sure." He's like, "Man, I know some of the same people you know, man. You really funny. You really should be on TV. You miss your calling."
You were like, maybe
and
that is.
And me and him standing here, you're delivering my new Ferrari.
Telling you that.
Looking at my 12,000 square foot mansion, telling me I miss my calling.
Right.
And I didn't understand until I got in front of that camera and people had to accept the fact that, hey, man, homie a good personality. He's going to think for himself. You can't just move him out the way. Because he gonna, I'm like water. For real. And I ain't talking Tyler.
Be water.
That's right. Be water.
I'm going to find a way.
What?
Some people don't know how to find a way.
Why did your first marriage not work if you guys didn't really have any drama?
There's this thing called growth. There's this thing called evolution. And sometimes, you know, what worked last night don't work this morning. You understand what I'm saying? I think we just grew apart over time. She wanted something different. I wanted something different.
AKA, I found me a new John.
Oh.
Nah, it wasn't even that. Because here's the thing, like I ain't never want to. Yo, you ever see people who so don't want to be something and become that what they don't want to be? It's so funny because now
that's what always happens.
This title for this it's this little word play in this new movie I'm gonna talk about today. And I didn't realize it to this very moment. Sometimes to say to people you love, you have to become the very thing you hate. And I never wanted to be a baby daddy, dog.
Okay.
That's why I married so young. I didn't want to be a baby daddy. Like
I get that.
I became the ultimate baby daddy. Like,
How many kids you got?
Enough.
9?
I got 9.
9 kids.
But I don't consider myself a baby daddy though. See, like the baby daddy thing is like so like.
We like children's father.
Yeah, I would say that's why you don't hear me say baby mom.
But a couple people out here calling you their baby daddy though.
Well, they know they don't let me hear them say it because it irks me. It always has. So anyway, long story short, man, I just started realizing like, damn, I'm sitting here like I don't want to be this guy with all these kids. You know, like I love my dad. I think my dad was a phenomenal man. He was a phenomenal father, but I never wanted to be him on that end of things because I didn't want to have all these kids. I just wanted to have all my kids in my home because whenever I would get with my dad, I was the kid. I was like, Dad, can we go get Gino? Can we get Isha? You know what I'm saying? We gonna call Dana and Ebony. We gonna get Nikki? Right. Because I cherish family. I cherish that love, man. And it always moved me to make me just want to be a part of a big family. And so now I have that, and it gets to me sometimes because, you know, my wife is Kendra she's very understanding to some things, but I have to understand that she still is not as seasoned as me or maybe even mature as me in certain areas of life only because I am older, only because I've lived a expedited life in a sense. You know,
and this entertainment business is different.
That's what I'm saying. That's the expedition.
You know, that's like a whole different world.
Faster.
You gotta grow up and learn different things. It also gets you a little jaded sometimes, I think, too, because you see a lot.
Yeah, you see a lot. And you see it fast. And you see it in overabundance.
And you know why all of that is interesting? Because y'all got into it when she said she wouldn't want her kids to be like you.
So and as you know, that's why I brought her up because I was thinking about her in that moment. I was saying that's what I didn't want to be like when it came to my father. But I never could say that out loud, or even at this moment, I'm not saying I don't want to be like my daddy. But I'm saying in that sector of my life, as a man, that specific thing, I didn't just want to have kids everywhere. I wanted to have a wife, and my kids come from that one woman
in that household,
and we keep them in the household.
Yeah. And
so you know, it's so interesting. I just remember going through my divorce and having the most calmest, you know, you sitting there, we like listing what you're gonna take and what I'm gonna take. I'm saying like, okay, what do you want? You want to take that? Okay, that's cool. So I keep that. High five. We cool, right?
Right.
Now watch how it got right here to Zen. It was his sofa, right? It's crazy. It's his sofa. I bought this sofa from Her Furniture. Put the sofa upstairs. It was like a Frito Lay. It was like an S. You know what I'm saying? It was so fly. Italian leather, soft butter, white. So it was so nice. I had them come build my pool in the exact same shape. They took a picture of that. So when you look over the sofa at the pool, it was the same exact. It was beautiful, right?
Talk about getting money.
Yeah.
Build my pool like my sofa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not? I'm building it, right? All right. So look. So she said, "Nah, I know that sofa means a lot to you. You could keep it." Her mama, and I love her mama. Her mama said, "You don't get that sofa." So one time I'm sitting here filming this video with my son. He was a baby then. And I'm throwing money. I'm letting him throw the money. I never counted the money because it's just me and him sitting there. I got the camera set up, right? But some of the money went behind the sofa and fell in. I didn't know. It was just a bunch of hundreds. I didn't have to count it because I didn't realize that like $1,100 kind of fell in the sofa one night. So long story short. So I come home and I see the movies going. I said, "Hey, what are they doing?" She said, "Oh, I decided I'm going to go ahead and take the sofa." I'm like, what? No, we've been cool this whole time, right?
Like the Ferrari, take the Ferrari.
Angela, I'm about to go crazy. You about to take my sofa?
Anything but the sofa.
Anything but the sofa. And I think I had that pivotal moment as a man. Where I was like, as a man, I'm not about to change the trajectory of my emotions simply because she's about to switch up or call an audible last minute and take this sofa. Because this sofa means absolutely nothing to me considering you're about to take my kids out of our household and you out of my household. And as a man, it stung so hard that I had to face that moment triumphantly and say, "Have at it."
Wow.
And she was shocked. She was like, and guess what happened when they went to moving them sofas?
Found that money.
I found that money. I was like, you know what? God be working in mysterious little ways.
Go order another sofa.
Yeah, well, not with 1,100. I won't get that.
That was just a damn. That was a deposit.
Nah, that was a pillow. that was a pillow. This is Italian butter soft leather.
Right.
That's, it was expensive. But anyway.
But you've managed to achieve a lot, not just on Love and Hip Hop, but also in morning radio, which is not an easy thing.
It is not.
What time you wake up for that?
4.
Ooh, I remember those days.
Well, sometimes I don't wake up at 4.
Because you're already up.
I'm already up.
Right, indeed.
Yeah.
Coming straight home.
It's kind of hard. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to share this with y'all. A lot of people ask, what makes a person successful, right? And we all have our little things. We say, work smarter, not harder. We say, you're only strong as your weakest link. There's certain things we say. We say these parables and stuff, little catchphrases. And I've come to realize the thing that has helped me attain the level of success that I have attained is time management.
Okay.
Time
Fair
management.
enough. That's a great one.
Because time will change things. And even us talking about morning radio or just radio period, it's so many people that you were excited to interview and that you were excited to interview no matter how much success you guys have had. But y'all wanted to interview these people and you did not make it happen. It did not come to fruition because something happened with
it wasn't time.
A time issue.
Right.
Oh, my flight. Oh, the driver. The makeup artist didn't make it to me in time. I didn't wake up in time. I didn't get back in time to go to sleep, to wake up in time to come meet you on time. And I started to realize that as an artist because I didn't miss flights. I didn't miss shows.
Right.
I didn't miss interviews. Because I was like, no, I worked too hard for this opportunity
So just to be here.
Why would I play myself? Like I could have did anything. I could have been an attorney. Like really, if people want to know, I wanted to be an attorney. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to be an attorney.
What type of attorney, if you were one?
Hey man, it don't matter. I'm ready to prove the point.
Right. Either way,
you feel me?
Ready to argue.
I was ready to argue my point because as a kid, I had this big family, right? You heard me talk about it at the beginning of the interview. And you know what happens in a big family?
Yeah.
You fighting for your voice. And a lot of times I was in the middle, so I was the voice of reasoning. Because I look like my daddy the most. I look like all of them. You can stand all his kids next to him. When they stand that jock next to Stan, they say, "Oh God damn." My dad, he's a hair carrier. He's a hair carrier, so he services. So my whole life I dealt with Asians and Africans. The Africans was doing the hair. The Asians got all the wholesales and the beauty supply stores. Mm-hmm. And I remember the way them Africans would say, "Ooh, God, that is you." And the Asian would say, same thing. Same thing. My whole life, I'm coming in the store, goddamn hand truck with the box. Hey, how you doing? So, same thing. Same thing. And they would, and you know, they loved it because these people were family oriented. They loved to see that this black man was traveling, you know, the world with his son. You know,
right.
Selling their little hair products.
Really put that entrepreneurial spirit in you too.
No, without a doubt, Angela, without a doubt. That was the beginning. And you know, so again, the time management.
Right.
I watched him have to say, no, I ain't gonna be able to do that because I got to be in DC by this time.
Time management.
So what I'm gonna do, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ship this down so I don't gotta, cause this gonna weigh me down. And I'm gonna spend more gas and it's gonna take my time. And I'm gonna be mad cause I spent more gas and I ended up still late. Right. So I'm gonna ship this up and so when we get that, it's there. I would hear stuff like that and I'm looking at him like, is that really gonna make a difference?
That's very important. Yeah. People don't. I talked to my son about that. Time management.
Listen,
is very, 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 very.
That is
important.
one of my strong points too. I will say, like having to do radio, I was always be the first one there. Even like for this show, you know, I started at 10. But I always get here before that, ready to go in case something goes wrong. There's traffic, something happens. Sometimes I take the train because I'm like, I already could feel this is going to be a bad traffic day. Whatever I need to do so I could be early. Because I also don't like feeling rushed. I don't like feeling like I'm not together. But you learn how I'm running in. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you learn how to break your time down. You learn how, you know what I mean?
Why did I feel like that was a drug for me?
What?
I'm under the stress. I'm under the tension. I gotta get there.
Some people work better like that.
So I used to hear my dad say he worked better under stress, and I don't like the feeling of stress.
I don't like it.
But what I realize is the reward when I go so hard because I can't play.
When your schedule is back to back, you got to be in 3 cities in one day.
Listen, I hate rushing to the airport and like when I ain't really doing nothing. I'm like, I'm just gonna leave because I'd rather just be early, go sit down, have a drink, get something to eat, and then catch my flight. I do not like heart beating fast trying to run to the airport.
I like a full schedule over idle time.
Yeah,
that is so crazy.
I'd rather we got a bunch of stuff to do. When I ain't sleeping all day.
I just like to space stuff out so I know if something happens, I'ma still be on time.
See. We share that same sentiment, brother. Let me tell you 100%. Something. You don't sit down before. And you know that feeling of having all this time and you can't do nothing with it.
That's right.
And you know how you had them talks with God.
And the first thing you do when you come out is you got all this energy to I want to do this, I want to do that.
Yeah, Maino, that. I'm like, when does he go home?
Yeah, because you know what it felt like to have too much time.
Yeah.
And all we got is time, so we gotta
what I like to do though is pack my days so that I would rather have one day of nothing to do and then maybe 6 days or something, but so I can have one day.
That's cool.
And I'm like, I gotta handle my personal business.
Yeah. As I age, I've come to the realization that I do be needing some time because I was never a vacation kind of person.
Me neither.
I ain't understand vacation.
I realized after going on a few, like, man, this is all right.
This is all right.
We seen you in DR, man.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
I will be back.
Hey, you know what's so crazy? Yo, I would get on the people at the label. I would get on their nerves. Bro, I would get on their nerves. You know why?
Why?
Because I didn't know the vacation times of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like
right
everybody's
now, off.
Where we at? What's the day? Yeah, okay. Like right now, nobody want to hear from you in these buildings.
Right. The week of Thanksgiving,
they
no
like,
one
bro,
wants to talk to you.
We'll catch up at the top of the year. You like top of the year? I'm out here working every day. Well, you're traveling. You're being celebrated everywhere you go.
Right. Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you. You being celebrated. So for me, it never feel like work.
Right.
Because like Maino said, I always want to fill my calendar up. And this was another thing that I came to realize. This is how I help alleviate the stress. I fill it up with so much stuff that I know I got to get so much done. And when I can't get something done, what does it do? It agitates us. It creates anxiety. It pisses us off, right? You got to learn how to compromise.
Right.
So where you planned on doing this, you might have to say, hey, I got to scratch that. That's the game of life.
Right.
Every card that we put on the table, we're not going to use.
Well, I mean, all of that to say, for you to have the successful show that you've had, people, I mean, I hear people raving all the time, you know, just about the you on streets and like how amazing it's been and how people really relate to you. And you're able, though, what I think is a great benefit, to be on TV, but then to be able to explain yourself because your life has been like an open book for people.
You get to speak from 3 different angles, right? From an artist, from somebody that's been on TV, and on the radio.
Yep, as a media personality.
Yes.
And tell your own story.
Yes. And that's just what it is, you know. You know what you know it's weird. You ever meet some of the most phenomenal people will tell you too much TMI. You never notice you meet somebody, you be like, you meet them, they're like, yeah, man, you know, I'm just doing it. He's like, man, they rich as hell. They just be free spirited. They're like, yeah, man, I had to go down there, man. Man, I went and had, you know, I looked up, man. The next thing you know, they told me, man, I had 3 testicles. I never knew I had 3 testicles. You're like, bro, that's so big. You're like, bro, shit. But you ever notice people?
100%.
You know, you got somebody who come out and be like, bro, I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. You think he that guy.
Right.
But he pull you aside, he like, bro, I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. I'm nervous. She out of my league, bro. And you like,
you?
Boy, you. What you?
Right.
She can't wait for you to go. Yeah, I know, but she's just out of my league, bro. I ain't never really. I just be putting on.
Right,
Somebody tell you the truth, you be
somebody
like
that you look at a certain kind of way.
And I started to realize that transparency works.
Yeah,
it works. It works because people sometimes I don't want to have to quiz my own self about you to figure out who you are. I like to just be able to look in. That's why we go to the zoo. You ain't just gonna go. You ain't just gonna go to Africa. Hey man, it's some lions out here somewhere. No, you gonna go right there where you know they at. You can see them. This is the lion in this habitat.
Yeah.
And when it's time to go, you gone.
That's right.
People just want a clear view. That's why when we go in the club, guess what? When you up there, man, know you doing your thing. You got everything on, and it's that moment, and they came to see you. Right. They sitting there looking at you like this, like you're in a fishbowl. Like people will sip, they drink and watch you.
Yeah, they do.
Be making eye contact with you and drink they drink. That's the weirdest thing.
They feel awkward.
Look at his outfit.
Listen, I just want to tell you, Maino love that too.
Some people do.
Love what?
They be like
that attention. I love it. It's a hell of a drug.
Yes.
Give it to
I'm
me,
here.
baby.
Give it to me.
Then you had them weird moments, Angela. You had that one weird dude in the club. He trying to drink his drink and look at you sexy. Got that little straw in there.
And then you be like, I am not looking that way.
Nah, he look at you. He look at you and miss the straw. It's weird. But it happens.
And then they send you a DM like, I know we made eye contact.
Oh,
like,
boy.
I did not
I ain't gonna lie.
contact with you.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. The DM game for a celebrity is the worst thing could have ever been created. Bro, I done walked in a place and seen the one walking like, God damn. Lord have mercy. She's in there with her dude. And it's just like, whoa. Eye contact. You like, man, you just look away. I don't want you. Right? But God created it. He did a great job along with the other things you've done to make it look even better.
Right.
Then I walk away and 30 minutes later, I'm like,
hey, you know this is not
picture of them. You like,
or nothing. We just cool. I saw you looking at me.
Damn, I saw she had a ring on. He had a ring on. That was her husband.
Listen, when he be showing me, girl, I'll be like, oh, such and such also liked all this girl's pictures. He'd be so tight. I'm like, oh, look, he liked it.
Why that gotta be an issue? It's right there with it for.
Why you go for that though? Like, yeah, man, you was in this girl. Damn, you like all her pictures.
Hey, I got 4 homies. Yeah. Listen,
they like all the same.
If I could just stumble upon a picture of somebody in Tanzania,
right,
and
I'd be like, this.
Right.
How did he see her?
You already there. And they tell it. It's almost like him like this. I'm already here, dog. Going on there.
That's what it's like. Somebody
I gotta be like, listen, if you see Maino in her likes,
it's over.
Yeah, he did.
I'm gonna keep it 100, show. Let me keep it 100 with you. whenever I would see an entertainer already there, I'd be like, damn. No, she tainted it. Because I know he in the DM.
Right. Well, you know what? You don't have those problems at all anymore.
I don't.
So, yeah.
I don't. I absolutely don't. But I still do and look like, I don't mean like I'm trying to holler. I could just be looking on the page.
Right.
I'm like,
sometimes the explore page.
And you see 2 or 3 of your homies, you be like, yep, I know what he gonna do. I know what he leading with.
It's a couple of people that's just like frequent
visitors.
Likers.
Frequent likers. Frequent double tappers.
I'm gonna keep it 100 though. I'm gonna keep it 100. Sometimes it's a reflex.
A reflex?
No, I like on purpose. I like
show me how this reflex works.
All right. It becomes a task, right? It's a thing you do. It's like we playing Family Feud. Hit the button, man. Hit the button. You ready? All right. Ask us a question, Angela.
All right. Top 10 answers on the board.
Get ready.
All right. I need to know the top 5 things that men look at first on Instagram.
We just did it. We just did. Thank you. Even if you didn't want to, it was like, okay. I was just doing what I was supposed to do. I may not have the answer. But I was just trying to beat somebody to the punch. I just want
to right there. You try to beat somebody to the punch.
It's like when you go on the page and you see first. They just said, I'm the first person to come in here. Right. Like, I saw it first. Nobody could say they knew about this before me. That's what it be sometimes. Oh, girl, I've been knew about you.
But listen, I gotta ask you, since you guys are talking about packing your calendars, right, on a daily basis, you're also acting in movies and TV, and I got a story to tell, and now Allure.
Yes.
And you've done a few movies now, so it feels like that's the direction that you're moving in also.
Yes.
So not only are you doing morning radio, not only are you doing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, not only are you a recording artist, although I don't know if you're still in the studio wanting to do okay, yes to that, okay, and also still doing shows and performances,
that's right,
but also still double tapping pictures.
Yes.
But also a father of 9.
Oh, goddamn.
Also a husband. Trying to make sure your wife don't divorce you.
Jesus.
That's a job in itself. Okay, I don't know how you manage to do all of that.
Time management.
Yep.
That is.
And that's why that's so important.
So this new film, Allure, man, I done been sitting there with my wife and just be like, I did not mean to do that. It's a habit. And she like, I felt like it because I was gonna tap it too. So this new movie Allure, man, it's an interesting thing, right? You know, people always was like I say, they be like, bro, you miss your calling. So it's just a true story, man. I just believe in manifestation. I told Kendra, I showed her, because I think in order to be a good husband, a good mate, you have to be able to truly lead. And sometimes when we lead in our head, we think they're following or they know what they're following. Sometimes a woman just riding with you, she really don't know what's going on. So you have to be very specific in why we're going this direction and why we're going this direction at this pace. Because some people think you're supposed to get from A to B really fast. And it's like, nah, we're going to take our time because I just want to make sure this is the right way, because we may have to go around B to C, right? So I would show her oftentimes what manifestation looked like. You know, when I walked into the radio station, I said, hey, let's take over Atlanta. I'm like, what? What the hell are you talking about?
Take over.
And guess what he told me? Steve Hagwood. He said, man, I can't believe you saying that. What you said? I said, give me a show. He said, man, I just hung up with the such and such club. Trying to renegotiate. And I thank God sent you to me. I said,
that did happen.
I double tap.
Yeah.
Manifestation, I worked. This is 8 years later. Right?
You know how for people listening, how phenomenal that is to have a morning show that works.
Man, it's hard.
For
in your city,
8
though.
years in your city.
And then we nationally syndicated.
Yes.
That's right.
I'm picking up new stations. I mean,
that's huge. That's a big investment, you know, and so congratulations for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It was moments when, I told her, I said, this is what we're going to do. Get a piece of paper. It's like, well, okay, write everything you want on there. She was like, what you mean? Write what you want in the next 6 months. She's like, oh, that's easy. I said, all right, put it on your dang on mirror. When you walk in there every morning, you must pay attention to that because that is your course syllabus. That is what you have to follow to get there. That's how manifestation gonna work. So I showed her another time. That's why I'm getting to this. So I had to do this whole thing. They sent me the Ciroc. It was a New Year's Eve package gift with the Ciroc and the disco ball. And I got on there and I went all the way off script for what I was supposed to say. And I said, hey, coming into this new year, this is my manifestation. I'm going to do more movies, and I'm going to do real movies, and I'm going to be a lead in movies, and it's going to work for me. And my wife was like, you know, you be supportive, right?
Right.
But the clap be like,
the slow clap.
This nigga cried. Oh. I'm sorry. Anyway, long story short, I said it. The opportunity came. Did the movie with Tay Diggs, Love and Murder. I also did I Got a Story to Tell, which is an anthology series. It's a gas station pill. Did you watch it?
Yes, I did. They got Take That Pill.
Maino used to take the pill. You never took a gas station pill?
Listen,
I'm talking about those pills.
Yeah.
No, never.
Yeah. Okay, you never took half of a Cialis, half of a Blue Chew.
No, Blue Chew now.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, my
Blue
God.
Chew, now we talking.
I don't know about that.
Blue Chew not at the gas station, though.
It ain't, but you know what I'm talking about.
100%.
You never, what about a honey pack?
Come on, baby.
No,
I
I know you took a honey pack.
he just had one with breakfast.
Hey, look.
What is it?
I love them honey packs.
It's not a regular
Honey
biscuit.
pack.
No, this is a honey pack biscuit.
Honey pack.
This biscuit is packed with this honey.
Real.
You never rubbed the crystal on it?
Crazy.
There's a crystal you can rub.
You're out of control.
You do know, right?
Yeah,
You got to slow down. Shut up, Mike off, please.
You not know all these things.
Yeah. So that's so that's how I manifested this situation to come about, man. This is actually my first feature film where I'm leading.
Okay.
I'm the lead. I'm number one.
Dope.
Whoop, whoop.
And that felt really interesting because I remember walking into the trailer and I'm like, damn, I'm about to do this movie with Tay Diggs. I'm looking like, dang, I mean, when I was 17, I was watching his moves and I was like, I'll act Tay Diggs.
Yeah.
Not saying he wasn't a good actor. That was just me saying, to out-act him, I got to be great.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there looking at, yo, this is so funny. I'm looking at the whole, the you know, if you walk in the trailer, they have everybody headshots numbered. So I was like, Tay Diggs, number one. I was like, young Jock. 3 days later. I was like, number 75. I was like, way at the bottom. But I had a real role.
Yeah.
And I said, it don't matter. I'm going to turn that 75 into a 1. And so here I come. And this movie, Allure, it's brought to you by Smoot Films. It's a love, drama, mystery. It's a story of betrayal. You know, it's two friends. You know, one OG partner, big homie, little homie.
Omega.
I'm Omega.
And Blue Kimball's in it, right?
Blue
That's
Kimball.
my guy right there.
Blue plays my homie, and homie put his neck on the line for me. And when he put his neck on the line for me, I just wasn't the person he thought I was to make sure he good. He made sure I was
So
good.
he got locked up. He took the fall for you.
He took a fall for me, a bad fall.
Right. I didn't see it. I just know this is the plot.
You know how you take up for somebody?
I don't want anybody to think I'm
Yeah,
ruining
no.
it. I'm not ruining the plot.
It's more like I take up for you, but I don't realize what I'm taking up for you for. It's like, hey man, y'all ain't about to do this. My partner. Anybody want something? It's me. Then the door, but it's 50 people. You like, bro, you ain't telling me you beefing with that many people. You know what I'm saying? So this is like an analogy in the situation because I don't want to give it away. But I turn on my mans. I kind of leave my mans hanging. I don't turn on them. I just kind of leave them hanging, not knowing what to do because me and his shorty, we.
Oh damn.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
Crystal
that's
the
in the
dog.
description. Yeah.
Me and her, we kind of get involved and getting involved. You know, she's sitting here, her man locked up. Her
And it
man
happened in
gone.
Boys in the Hood, right?
Kind of, sort of.
Kinda.
And now here I am.
It happens.
I'm your confidant.
Closest to you.
I'm the closest to your man. I'm taking care of you now. I'm knocking you down. Now we together. Homie come home. It's up. And Blue played the hell out of this part. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. We had some face-offs where I was like, yo, I had some nervous energy moments. As a man, I'm serious because homie was bringing that energy straight up. Like, because, you know, I ain't never really been in a face-off with nobody and it wasn't real.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like
different.
Hold on, let me do that over, bro. You just was coming too manly, homie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, cause this what he do.
It's like, we serious or is we acting?
Nah, cause it's almost like, man, he really trying to chump me, y'all. But I'm like, hey, that's why he showed up. He came to fulfill his role, and you got to do the same. So it's some moments in there, as an actor, you know, I'm like, don't let it deter me from being great. Cause sometimes when we have moments and it's kind of like weird. In a scene, it's because somebody didn't possibly know how to go, which direction to go, or the director wasn't able to pull that out of you. If it's in you, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. You know what I'm saying? And Blue did a hell of a job, man. And I just think that this movie is gonna catch people by surprise. People have never seen me in this capacity, and the way it looks.
When is it out? Can people? Because I was trying to find it.
So I'm doing the premiere. I would love to, have you guys present the 13th.
Okay.
Excuse me, that's Wednesday.
Because I thought it was out in October. I was looking all over for it.
We originally was pushing for that, but
it
was a bigger project than we thought. And when you talking about really getting it right, sometimes you just gotta push things back. And I'm so glad we did because Maino, you've done things.
Yes, he has.
Yourself, we all in this room have done things, right? And it feels good as we're doing it. And then when we're done, we're waiting for the finished product. And we just like, you working on something. You don't want to talk too much about it because you got the time to talk about it, right? And then you start getting to that moment. I saw the trailer the other night. And I teared up, boy. Because that was the moment for me, Maino, where I was just like, I'm in a real movie. I've been in real movies, but I'm like, this is shot large for. So when it hit the movie screen, ain't gonna be no, y'all didn't shoot it for this. Y'all shot it for little TVs and little phones. This is all the way that. This look like Bad Boys 4. I'm talking about the camera. I mean, when I walked on set and I saw the camera, I was like,
oh, this is the real deal.
I went back out the door. I went and grabbed my bag like the NBA players. You know how they walk through the hall with they little fast? I had to walk back past that camera. I felt important because I was like, I made it. But when I saw it the other night, I teared up, y'all.
That's dope.
I'm sharing this moment with y'all.
Congratulations.
I teared up. Yeah. I'm happy. I can't wait.
Should. I love tears of joy are amazing. Like being able to tear up with something positive. That is like.
That's how I was able to pull some of my moments out in this movie too. I had some moments I had to cry. It was like trying to talk me into cry. I'm like, it's not happening. I can't just cry like that.
Right.
And then I was sitting there and I was just like, damn, I started thinking about all the homies who I thought was supposed to have the opportunity to be great. I started thinking about all the homies who had the opportunity to be great. I started thinking about all the homies who wish they could just be in my shoes. I thought about all the homies who I have supported over the years or who I've been there. The inspiration, you know what I'm saying? I thought about my kids. I started thinking about my mom.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because I lost my mom last year, and when I told her I was doing this movie, she was in good health. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, we're gonna knock it out. She like, oh, you gonna kill that? Oh, you gonna? Man, my mom talk like two homies. Right. She's like, boy, you gonna kill him? Hey, let me tell you, you gotta. And I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, boy, I can't wait till the premiere, boy. We gonna be, boy. And so then I have her here, and I remember I was in the scene, and I was just like. I remember her telling me one day, she was like, boy, you are a better person than you even give yourself credit for. She said, and I'm glad you're that way because people around you, they're going to always see that, and that's going to make people root for you harder.
Yeah.
She said, you're going to find yourself in positions that other people are challenged to even question. They don't even know how you got there. She said, but you're going to find yourself in some places, but it's going to be so many people that feel like you deserve to be there, you're going to be right at home. And I was thinking about that moment in that movie, but them tears got to rolling, and them cameras was in my face like this.
Yes, he got it.
And I felt so good, Angela. I felt so good. I was like, this is going to be good. So I look forward to sharing this moment with the world, November 13th.
Ah, well, congratulations for that. Did you get like slapped or anything in it too, or physical fights?
Hell yeah, man.
Okay.
One thing I'm gonna talk to Smoot Fields about, but we need a stunt man in the next one.
Need a body double.
Hell yeah, man. It's a scene. It's two scenes where I really just went left. One scene I had to slide on somebody, right? And the car we had got blocked in, and we couldn't find out. Hey, who's got the car? Who's got the keys to this car blocking in our talent car for this scene? So I had to drive my wife's car in this scene. Bro, I'm dogging her $200,000 car like a $3,000 box Chevy. Boom, boom, blew both the tires out. We ain't get a chance to do that take, but one take. And we got to film that one take from so many angles, but we got it.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I had to wait after the shooting was over. I still was waiting for people to come change the tire or tow it. Then another time, I get shot. When I get shot, I fall. Man, I feel so good, bro.
Yeah,
They was like, do that again.
That could go
when
so
I get
left.
shot, I
Listen,
fall.
When people
do that
get
again.
shot and don't do it right, you be like, come on.
Nah.
I fall right.
No.
Yeah.
When I get shot, I fall.
That's what I feel so good. I feel so good, man. Though. They was like, do it again. Take 33. I was like, hey, man. I'm hurting.
It really does hurt.
Stunt man the next time, please. But I really had a good time filming this, man. And I'm going to tell y'all this. Out of everything you ran down as far as, my worksheet of things that I've accomplished, Angela, by far, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do as a professional in any aspect. Movies is hard. So, you know how you be like, man, I could do movies. I can.
Yeah, everybody thinks that.
But it's
too.
so hard. So I have a different respect for actors. And I just want to put that out there to any actor that feel like, these cats just be coming out the blue. Either they're a social influencer or a rapper, and they start acting. They think they supposed to get our roles. Hey, look, man, I respect you. I respect the time that you put in the game, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the sweat equity, all that. I want to say that wholeheartedly. I respect it because I never knew that it would be this challenging.
Yeah.
I never knew that it would take so much to complete a project like of any magnitude when you behind that lens. So respect to the actors, man, and the producers and everybody
It'd be
on board.
3 minutes scene. You there for 5 hours shooting.
Dog, I mean,
Like, we got to get it from this angle. Now do it again. Now do it from there. All right, change the cameras.
So I purposely picked out this girl in the scene to look like you. I said, I want a girl to look like Angela Yee.
Shut up.
He was like, you really? For real? I said, yeah, I want to be Angela Height. I need to have the hair texture and the complexion. They was like, all right. They went and picked her. She came on. So I said, damn.
That
She
worked.
kidding Angela? She like, no.
Well, I cannot wait to see
It's
it.
going to be good. You gonna
November
like it.
13th is
November
the premiere.
13th is the premiere. And I don't have the actual release date for
The actual movie itself.
the movie itself because it's like 3 slots. And they're just trying to position it right for all the banners and all the different stuff that go with it. But it's in the month of November. It won't be far behind.
That's a good time, too. We at home watching movies,
Hey.
family time, friend time.
This is going to be one of them ones, Maino. I think Maino going to hit me and be like, hey, so,
Oh,
bro,
yeah, he will.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
I remind Maino to be like, yo, Maino, the movie's on, because we always tell each other what we watching.
I think Maino would make a great character in
part
this
2, though.
series. In
Yep.
this series,
Yep.
I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm keeping it 100 with you. This ain't no cap.
Right.
We had a situation took place. I ain't gonna even say his name.
Uh-oh.
Nah, for real. and I don't know if I should say this.
Say it. Yeah, we've said a lot about him.
Huh?
Say it.
Nah, cause I gotta. You know what I'm saying?
What did Maino do?
Huh?
I know he did something.
Nah, Maino didn't do nothing. I was shooting for Maino. Something happened. I don't know should I tell it or just
Yeah.
Tell it.
He loves this.
I mean, I'm saying because the platform, I can save it for my platform when I'm on the show.
Tell it.
I,
You didn't
I'ma
you
tell
already
it. I
got
know
this
over
far.
there.
You got to tell it now.
all the way up. All right, so I get on set. Hey, y'all. Hey, look, I'm going to just keep it honey, right? So I get on set. I'm happy to be on set. And like, hey, man, we're just going to have I just want to sit down with everybody, just go over the ins and outs of what we're going to do with this production. So I'm like, okay, so I don't know if I'm the lead. I don't know if I'm 1 or 2, right? I don't know. They haven't declared this. And I walk in the room, and it's Jamal.
Biggie.
It's crazy.
Jamal Gravy.
Right? So I'm like, all right, it's going to be, all right, okay. Tubi king.
Yeah, I think he is definitely the king of Tubi.
Me and bro been knowing each other a long time.
Wow.
I rock with bro way back.
Yeah.
Before he got on with
anything. Right.
Before he did 100 and some moves, right?
Right.
So so I'm like, this finna be good. This gonna be a good movie, boy. Yeah. Man. Dame P.L. walked up and said, yeah, so if you guys could, you know what I'm saying, could we get a quick read in? Jamal was like, yo, I don't do no reading.
What?
Yo, I don't do no reading. Like, I didn't know this what this was for. I just came to show my support. And I'm like, well, shit, he got a point. If he didn't know, right? I'm just like,
right.
I'm like, so I'm looking, I can tell everybody like, oh, no, we just want to kind of skim through it, you know, just kind of see what it is. He was like, all right, whatever. So we going through the script, get through it. I'm like, oh, this finna be crazy. I'm like, man, this boy finna go at it like this? I'm like, yeah. They're like, all right, look, I want to go to this one particular scene. I would like to just see your interaction, to see your chemistry. Jamal like, what'd she say? Like, nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't here for that. Better check who I am. I don't do that. I don't do rehearsals. So I was like, now you look around the room like, I don't know what to say. He don't do rehearsals.
Right.
I don't see his contract. I don't know.
Right.
So I'm like, so what we gonna do? They're like, well, do you think you could just go back and forth with Jock once or twice? Jamal was like, I mean, because he my mans, but I don't do that. So then he said, you know who such and such is? I guess it's his agent. No, the person who he reads, not read with his coach.
His coach.
It's big. She's a big lady.
Right.
He said her name, and I'm like, oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, you better check on it. So he started turning to Biggie or something. I was like,
yeah, absolutely.
And Jamal, my man. I'm like, Jamal, wait, what's going on here? So now I'm thinking he getting in the character. He like, Jock, you got a problem with that? I'm like, so I'm trying not to make eye contact with nobody but him. So I'm like, so what you saying? So he like, I said what I said. So I grabbed my script. I'm like, well, shit, I guess we. So I started feeding them lines, right?
Yeah.
So he like, y'all, that ain't happening. I'm showing up with the gun. I'm busting at the door. So like, nah, we can't do that at the door. He said, I said what I said. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get out of jail. I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna show up at his door with the strap, put it in his face at the door with his kid right there. They's like, no, we didn't write it to go that direction. So now I'm lost. I'm like, so now I'm looking for the camera. I'm like, okay, they punked me first day on set. I mean, so then so they pulled me to the side. Like, are you okay? I'm like, what you mean? He's like, y'all was having a moment. I was like, yeah, it was good.
Right,
like,
you thought it was acting.
He's like, no, I think he for real. I'm like, so when I look over the hill, what do I do? I said, no, he in character. They're like, no. He's got an issue right now. I'm like, so now I'm looking, he like, I'm out of here. I was like, damn, he gone? Yo, man, we're gonna have to replace homie. I'm like, oh, he was for real. Oh, so this one went wrong. Wow. Like, yeah, so we gotta replace him. Who you got in mind? I was like, that nigga did that New York shit so good. I was like, we need to get Maino or somebody like that. Right. We need to go ignorant ass dude. We need Maino or somebody who's gonna be with this shit. And they was like, yeah, we're gonna look into that.
Maino will do his rehearsal.
But what happened?
They got Blue because the relationship they already had. Blue. It was like but I said, so that's what's funny. I wasn't gonna tell the story.
Can act.
And you know what's so crazy? You know, that used to be my arch nemesis back in the days, Gravy.
In real life?
In real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like mixtapes. We finished him off back then, right? Didn't we? Like, we shut him out of business. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Let me get out of character.
Hey, let me just say this to my man, Jamal. Jamal. Brody, I wanted to do this film with you, bro. I don't know what happened.
Well, shout out to Blue.
But I wish you will.
Yeah.
I wish you will. But Blue did his thing, though. Blue came on.
That's hilarious. You try to act. You was like,
I thought we was
okay, we in character. We method acting.
What's it? You better ask about me. You better know. When he sat back on me, listen, pause. When he leaned back in the chair, he did me like this. He said, I don't care who like it. I was like,
he's good. Yeah.
This guy's a character.
Get him a raise. Get him a raise. I didn't know.
What an experience.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much for coming here. This was really a treat. I know you came straight from the airport.
Yeah.
And, we were looking
the airport
forward.
Came straight here.
Yeah, we
You feel me?
appreciate you. Shout out to everybody. Tell Miss Shanika I said what's up.
Will
you know
do.
what I'm saying?
Will do.
And that's that.
Thank you
know
so
what I
much,
mean?
man. I
Yeah,
love y'all
job.
guys, man.
Amazing.
Straight like that. Allure, November 13th.
Well,